Hello and welcome everybody to the Catalan Partnership Summit of 2024. We're so excited to welcome you here from different countries, different languages, different time zones to join us today. We are very excited about this event, as you have seen, because it's an annual event that we take as a very special opportunity to welcome you every year. And the purpose of the annual Partnership Summit here today is, first of all, unite and welcome all of our amazing partners. Second of all, introduce to our CEO, Vutlam, and just welcome him to walk us through the theme of the years ahead, which is the evolution of testing with AI, and then also the rise of the hybrid testers. We'll take a look back also at what an incredible year 2024 has been for us, and also look forward into 2025, but what to expect. A big part of our conversation with you today is on the product, right? With our DNA heavily anchored in product development, we're excited that Alex Martins, our VP of Strategy, is here and will be walking us through the evolution of the Catalan platform and the introduction of the two latest, friends in the product portfolio. In the last half hour of our partnership summit, we'll spend the time toward recognizing you and then making sure that you have really got a chance to look back at the results from the last 12 months and looking at a path forward. We'll spend 5 minutes or so on Q&A, and then from there, wrapping up the conversation. But first of all, welcome everybody. And with that, I would like to introduce Vu, who is joining us today to walking us through the themes of the next few years.
All right. Thank you, Daisy, for the intro. Welcome to the summit, everyone on the call here. Thank you for making time to join the summit. My name is Vu Lam. I am the founder and CEO of Catalan, and I'm glad to have the chance to be here and a chance to meet, interact with our partners. Thanks so much for being a partner with Catalan. You've been a important part of our growth and our success, and I appreciate your involvement with the company, and I hope we continue to have even better involvement coming into the future time. So with your support, Catalan has been successful in becoming a part of the testing landscape and growing our presence in testing across multiple industry and across multiple geolocations. And we are grateful for that success. And we continue to be deeply interested in helping the testing community have better access to tools and products to help them do their job better and easier. There's so much pressure on the testers today, and we're trying to do everything we can to make them more successful. And we've been working hard at expanding our solutions and our footprint. And we've been keeping an eye on the development of AI in the past couple of years and trying to figure out how we can leverage AI into testing. And the result of that is starting to come to market in terms of the product called TrueTest. You'll hear more of that later today from Alex, as well as expanding our TestOps product into becoming a full test management platform. That means that TestOps can now support manual testing as well as automation and into AI as a future path that we all look forward to. So it's very exciting to have all this work coming to play, and we're glad to have a chance to talk to you about all that today, and hopefully you get a better understanding of our point of view on where the testing industry is heading and how we're supporting that the future of testing. And get excited about being a partner of Catalan. Together we can team up and offer better solutions to our customer and becoming a more strategic partner to them as they look to improve their quality and improve the speed and efficiency of creating software. Finally, welcome again to the summit. I hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Awesome. Thank you, Vu, for kicking us off. Following up, I would like to spend 5 minutes to look back at what an incredible year 2024 has been. This is a very proud slide for us, right? As you're looking at this slide, you're seeing that we've made strides, great strides across not just the product, but also the industry feedback, reviews, and then also the robust community that we've been able to build. Each of this will be talked in details in the upcoming slides, but as you have heard from Vu, right, we have up until 2023, you have always known us as an all-in-one automation solution that is easy to use, that is adaptable across multiple applications. We've solidified our offering here in our anchoring solutions, ingest a lot of the AI functionalities into our core products, many of which like Studio Assist, right, that you have used and a lot of your team members have also used. And since 2023 to 2024 and up until now, we have made great strides to unify and roll out our new products in our product family to become one consolidated platform for quality management, looking at TestOps, TrueTest, and then also enhancements when it comes to Test Cloud. Right, so hearing the introduction from Alex Martins in a little bit, this is where I would like you to envision and your quality teams to envision how you can address all steps in the continuous testing lifecycle with one user interface and one unified data model. 2024 has also been a very busy year for us around generating reviews across all of these prestigious review sites. The most important one is Deloitte 2023 Technology Fast 500, which recognized the fastest growing startup companies here in North America. We've also spent a lot of time building a robust community across LinkedIn, across Academy, and across how active a lot of our community members have been. G2 is also a very strong partner for us here. We're coming up on the 12th quarter in a row where we're actually being featured as a leader or a momentum leader across the board when it comes to testing. So incredible year so far. But I'd like the data points to tell you even a better story. Let's take a look at the 6 major data points for 2024. First of all, we're seeing a 67% year-on-year on partner source revenue from 2024 compared to 2023, right? As you have seen across the industry benchmarks, this is an incredible and a very high double-digit growth on this area. We also have seen very active, high volume number of partner source opportunities, looking at 100 plus partner source opportunities to date. Across the board at this time, we have a very dynamic group of partners globally, right? As evidence you've seen in my welcome slide, we have almost close to 300 global partners to date across the world of GSIs, RSIs, and tech partners. And just since this past year alone, we have welcomed 23 new partners across multiple countries. And because of that, we have also seen more active engagements on Catalan Academy. Half of our partners are active on Academy to date. And because of that, you also get certified, right? 1,800 partner certifications have been completed. Many of these certificates turn into real life, right? I've worked in multiple POCs with your clients where your partner solutions team led end to end. So what an incredible year, evident by these data points, but also based on all of the field events that you have seen. Deloitte, if you're here, we had an incredible Deloitte roadshow across 3 major cities in Canada, across Vancouver, Victoria, and Toronto. We've also partnered with multiple partners here across all of these webinars and thought leadership pieces, right? Looking at AI when it comes to software quality with Curiosity, Deloitte, Signity, X-Ray, Tech Mahindra. So very active engagements and collaborations when it comes to the thought leadership of AI and software quality. Right. Many of you here also have participated and get your team members to visit a lot of the content assets that we have, including our most proud effort, which is the State of Quality Quality Report in 2024, Quality Horizon 2024. And also we have worked with 6 different incredible women leaders across the major GSIs in the world to do a podcast in Women in Tech, which is among our first podcasts that is has a very loyal following. So incredible progress to date across revenue, across content, and across thought leadership. But we have many other things to look forward to as we're heading into 2025. So let me just kickstart off with what are we looking for in 2025, followed by some major success stories, and then also heading into the product. So I'd like to take some time to welcome everybody to the partnership organizations here. Many of us you have worked very closely with. So hopefully these names and these faces are not a stranger. Welcome Mihai as part of our GSI Alliance. On the RSI front, we welcome Shashank, who leads APMEA, and then also Nick Wishner, who leads AMER RSI. Hayton, who is the engine behind this partner summit, drives a lot of partner marketing events. Gokul, he is leading all of the solutions engineering. He's getting a number of team members that will be joining to drive the technical evaluations with you. And then Antoine, who's leading our tech partnership, in particular with AWS. So a lot of work led by incredible team members. Many of you also have asked about Catalan Partner Portal and what are the enhancements that we're bringing in. I personally think of the Partner Portal as a door that welcomes you to our operations, to our opportunities, and to our path to drive revenue together. So just in the last month, we have introduced a new process for you to register partner opportunities that introduces bi-directional sync to both our CRM and allows you to work together, right? Very importantly, collaborate on opportunities together and lead sharing together so that it brings visibility and transparency across all of these joint pursuits. In November 15, we're also rolling out 2 new assets. One is partner applications, where you can utilize in order to submit a new form to become a partner for us, just like the 20 plus new partners that have joined us in the last year. And then also looking at the partner locator, right? This is where not just you, but also our clients visit very heavily visited sites on our Catalan website that would allow us to transfer, to migrate a lot of the partner profiles to the new PRM and making sure that there's timely updates and credits tracking across all of these joint pursuits. We took a look at 2024 partnership events here, but also 2025. 2025, we're actually just entering in the last 90 days or so, but you can see that it's already very active across 3 main components. One is acquisition and pipe generation, right? Looking at webinars, meetups, and then also executive events. There's also multiple blog posts and campaigns to drive the brand awareness, not just to us, but also to you as partners. And then there's also a lot of campaigns to continue on what we did in 2024, looking at State of Quality Report along with white papers, right? The most important event that's coming up for us here is Executive Roundtable that we're driving in Manila with a number of partners in APMEA, followed by the Test Automation Summit here also in November 2022. As you can see, a lot of the testing on the blog posts and case studies on testing, but also the continuation of the Women in Tech podcast. So we will definitely be busy in the next 12 months. Hype will definitely be busy, but this is something that we're really focusing on. So with that, I have taken a look at not just 2024, what we have been able to achieve together, take a look forward at 2025. And then from here, I would like to introduce Mihai, who leads our GSI team, to go in to talk about the key strategic wins, success stories, and then Vu, which drives our community, to talk about the impact of certifications. So with that, Mihai.
Thank you, Daisy. And without further ado, let's kick straight in talking about our clients. Some of you might have seen these slides already. And as Daisy mentioned, you probably see most of the names here on the participants list. I have had, we continue to have continuous conversations with. So suffice to say that I bear no introduction. I don't need any introduction. But for those ones who don't know me as yet, I lead the global strategic alliances for Catalan for the last 2.5 years. During this time, we've grown to a quite considerable amount of global SIs, both globally as well as locally, obviously in different countries where the global SIs are operating as independent and autonomous franchises and branches, if you will, of their own organizations. But the focus here today is on our clients, and we will focus on what our customer segmentation looks like, but also what the new logos mean to us, and especially to you, especially in this day and age and this economic climate. So again, some of you might have seen this slide, but it's very important to reiterate the fact that we are catering for projects for the most part in the enterprise segment. So any organization that's over $1 billion in revenue. And out of those enterprise organizations, over 25% of those represent BFSI. So again, a very strong presence in the banking and financial space. And as we extend out and we branch out into the other verticals as well, banking and the insurance domain for us continues to keep on climbing. I'm sure we will eventually reach out a plateau, but it's not right now. We still continue to see a lot of interest from banking clients into Catalan, and more so especially into displacing or replacing some of those existing incumbents like Micro Focus, like Tricentis. Now, we're not going to talk about our competition as much. They have great products. They've been in the market for a long time. But from a branding perspective, we all know in here, and we're not going to sugarcoat it, OpenText brand is in decline, and the clients are expressing their interest to move away from OpenText. So there's a lot of interest to find a suitable replacement, and Catalan fits in the picture just fine. Now, enough said about the customer segmentation. Let's look at actually what our top 20 clients and then what our new logo. So next slide, please. Some of you might have seen this, and again, this is just to prove the previous slide that most of our clients come from the enterprise segment. So we have our top 20 accounts based on different variables such as our own ARR and our potential revenue, which obviously is not for public knowledge here. It's all obviously confidential. But in those orders of magnitude, we have AT&T, we have PwC, we have SAP, we have Security Bank, and so on and so forth. You can see all the names on those. And I must say, half of these names, or even more than that, are actually brought in and we have collaborated on very extensively with you. So on that note, I only wish to say one thing. Thank you to all of you, all of our partner network out there, because this wouldn't have been possible without you. And with that, let's move to the next slide and let's talk about some of the new accounts and what it means to you for the near and medium future. So in healthcare, we've got two new significant logos, which is Optum and Roche. That means that we're actually now starting to extend our footprint in healthcare and in pharma as well. As you very well know, we are not CFR 31, Part 11 compliant as yet, but we are making strides. And with the addition of Testops next year, we will most likely be able to provide even more coverage in this particular space, in this very particular niche space. In the public sector, we have a great set of logos, but for the time being, I've just added MOGRE, which is the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratisation in UAE, and that is super important to us because we are growing and establishing ourselves as the de facto standard technology for automation, especially in the Middle East and especially in public sector. We also have GovTech, and we have a whole bunch of other clients in Singapore as well. The other logo that I put in there is purely a pet peeve of mine, is just a vanity logo, just to say we're working with the FBI. I've always wished to have one of those flip wallets that have an FBI logo on it. So yes, we do work for the FBI. In terms of retail, thanks to LTI Mindtree, we are now present in Unilever, and Unilever, as everybody knows, is a humongous customer. Their size is absolutely incomprehensible, and we are looking at growing and expanding. And this forms actually a very good use case for us, because we are all about landing and expanding. We are not about going in, big bank like Trescendis or Micro Focus are top down from the CEO level to go and impress them with an ELA for $5 million. Of course, we would take that deal, of course, if it ever come to us. But we're all about efficiencies. We're all about cost efficiencies. We're all about productivity gains and so on and so forth. And so we always start off in I would say in the middle layer with the project, and then we expand slowly but surely into those accounts. So for you, this means that in retail especially, and in the other industries, there's a great potential for expanding your services together with us, expanding our licenses. And last but not least, BFSI. I left the best for last because we still continue to grow very strongly in this space, as we mentioned. Banamex, Charles Stanley, Tokio Marine. So Charles Stanley and Tokio Marine are significant clients in the banking and insurance space. Tokio Marine, especially, we're working with Tokio Marine in Singapore, Tokio Marine in the UK. Now we're expanding into Tokio Marine into the US as well. GCash Payments, Santander as a one of the largest European banks, and most importantly, Banamex. If you know the story behind Banamex, or if you don't, let me just reiterate that. Now, Banamex was acquired a few years ago by Citi, the Citibank group. Now they've split off, and as a result, Banamex, just like any other banks out there, is looking at displacing and moving away from OpenText for various reasons. And now we fit in the picture there 100% as a perfect fit to move them away from Selenium frameworks and UFT frameworks into Catalan. Banamex is the first one. Banorte is coming in closely. Citi in the US, Citi in Europe as well, and Citi in India are all looking at valid potential replacement technologies for their current existing tool ecosystem. So for you guys, this is super important to understand. We are a great fit, and we're not going to displace them completely. In some cases, we'll go in as a complementary tool, but Catalan fits in perfectly in this space right now, especially in this economic downturn. And what I wanted to also add some additional notes in there. Just think about this for a second. Just imagine where we are right now. Our deal sizes in terms of software licensing range anywhere between $20,000 to $250,000, right? And we most likely we will observe a ratio of 1 to 10. So for every $1, you make $10 in services. So for every $10,000 license deal, you're making about $100,000 in testing services. This is just automation, which is about 10 to 15% of our current revenue in the testing market per se. If you're looking at TestOps and TrueTest, and most importantly, TestOps with manual test management, which is going to be released next year, we open the floodgates to a whole new market, to where you can actually leverage Catalan in the test management space, where we have obviously the legacy applications like IBM, like Micro Focus, like even Tricentis, and then so on and so forth. So this is super important. You have to start engaging right now with us in getting the GTM planning organized for next year already, because once we hit the road running with this with these updates from our side, there will be plenty of more opportunities for us to work together and for your services to be sold together with our technologies. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say in here. And the last thing that I will leave you on is as I mentioned, OpenText and Selenium displacement are a surefire way of getting yourselves selected with the client and with us obviously in tow. And for some of you out there, we've already provided the MSP program, which is the Managed Service Program, as a vehicle to mobilize POCs and to accelerate your proof of technologies and proof of and evaluations with your clients. And then using our MSP program, we will also ensure that we also close down on the sales cycle. So we're gonna make both your sales teams happy as well as ours. Now, having said that, I would love to pass the baton over to my colleague Vu to discuss about the community and the training and certification numbers. And for any questions, we'll be available on the chat.
Thank you, Mihai. Hello, everyone. I'm Vu, and right now I'm leading the community team at Catalan. So I believe that many of you here interacted with our certification program, and our team is the one behind, the scene behind all of the certification, the thing that you interact with our product and also academy side. So we want to make sure that we, the one who give you the best support to make sure to understand the product and can present it to your customer, to anyone outside of the loop, and anyone who understand our product comprehensively. So we make it free. As you know, it's free of charge. Everything is free on Catalan Academy. So you can just learn it on your pace, and you earn the certification square and fair, right? And then we want to make sure that you interact with our product directly. That's why we integrate our training program, just like like gamification based, and then we give you interaction with our product. That's why after interacting with the program, you can understand holistically how the platform works, how our solution works, and to give you confidence when you're talking to your clients. And the last thing, here's some number. Daisy already mentioned about it, but right now currently we have more than almost 3,000 professionals from partner side interact with our program who are taking the training, learning from us, and more than 1,800 people get certified. And for the first certification, you can just only need like 300 hours to interact with this and get confidence of our solution. Next slide, please. So in order to achieve these, product knowledge from Catalan, we segment our certification program into three major checkpoint: practitioner, professional, and expert. And you can see here, this is a requirement when you interact with our product. You can collect your experience by, creating test case, creating custom keyword or test object based on like each experience that you interact with. So it creates a scenario for you. It also gives you understand of, how our platform works from basic void to like end-to-end process. So I hope that when you run through all of this, you will have a full picture of how our product works and give you confidence in talking to your clients. Next, please. So when you complete all of the requirements, the next one's, yeah, oh, sorry. I can go back. Yes. So when you completed all of the requirements, here's the thing that you get on your profile on Academy, as well as on your LinkedIn. You can just share it and save it on your LinkedIn easily with one click, and you can receive this patch and certification with expiration for 2 years. So this is how it looks, and well, when you have it, and I hope that many of you will interact with this and have more certified knowledge about Catalan. And next one, I will share a little bit updates on community, why it matters to our partner. Number one is we are building a strong community globally. Right now, the current number is 94,000 people, not like 93 anymore. It's growing every day. So we're adding like people like monthly, quarterly. So it's growing really fast. And people, you can see that like there are a lot of people, they don't just come in and talk about technical only, but they also share about their daily operation, how, we help them with their daily operation, with testing career. And then you can see that we, because so many people are talking, so we offer more than 4,000 technical, solution where people ask questions, where people like see, because I know that Calon product is quite well, a little bit. I think it can serve with many scenarios. That's why people have a different challenge on their own, and the way they use it is also differently. So that's why these global community is very, very important in terms of bringing new perspective, new practice into testing career. And we also, producing technical blog series coming from our product support tickets, and also gathering insight from the user. So from these, our team and also external contributor, they create technical blog to give you a better idea of how solving, giving you an idea how solving problem, and also how the product should work, right? And we also have more events, not just on partner side or community side as well. We have Connect. We have community newsletter to keep everyone updated, right? So the impact is, I want to say that right now we have a lot of people working with us with various level of expertise. We have actively, we are having more than 60,000 people using learning, sharing knowledge, and learning from Academy. We certified more than 3,000 individuals globally. And here's some sharing from our user from client enterprise segment that he successfully learned and transfer the skill that he learned from Academy and on the thing that from forum, from other supported resources into daily life. So I hope that it give you a better idea on how Calon community, Calon certification help client user every day. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fu, for walking us through the impact of community certifications, and then also for Mihai for walking us through some of the major success stories that we have done. And with that, I'd like to move on to the next section, which is really the core of this conversation that we want to talk to you today, related to our product strategy and roadmap as we look forward in the next 2 to 3 years. Alex Martins, would you like to start taking over my screen?
Sure. Do you mind if I share, or should I? Yeah, let me share my screen.
Go ahead and share. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So let me, there we go. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for the opportunity to talk with you about our product strategy and roadmap. And the goal is really to help you understand how far we've come and understand where we're going, so that both, our organizations can continue to join forces and do even better next year. For those of you who don't know me, who haven't met me before, my name is Alex Martins. I'm the VP of Strategy here at Calon, and I see some familiar names, so good to see you guys, or to see your names at least. And I really hope that we can, the ones that I haven't met yet, that we can do that in the near future. All right, so let me go ahead and get started here. Moving forward, we, as we have been working over the past couple of years, and you heard that from Wu in the beginning, we've been learning a lot about our different customers that cover all kinds of industries, as you can see. And with the whole wave around AI, there has been a lot of confusion and anxiety, right, in the industry. And of course, as our customers have gone through that process of they themselves understanding what AI means to them, and understanding how to properly enable AI to be leveraged by their staff within their companies, they've created their AI committees, AI architecture reviews, and all that good stuff. We have been an integral part of those conversations throughout the last year, helping them figure out what should be allowed by their organization, what should not be allowed. And that helped us from the product perspective to build out our forward-thinking capabilities, our AI-powered technology, in a way that it's flexible to accommodate the different needs across these enterprise organizations. So we really feel that we're uniquely positioned to support the new wave of generative AI as we continue to build those capabilities into our products. And one of the major things that you have seen with your own clients, and we are seeing also with our customers, is that most of them are trying to move from this current state where they have, they heavily rely on manual testing, and in some cases they do have some type of automated testing going, but they're unable to increase or to achieve the level of coverage that they expect and need. And also, they're not able to achieve the speed that they require in order to, continue to accelerate the release cycle across their teams. And what we are hearing from our customers is that they need to use AI or they're looking at AI as a way to increase that coverage and accelerate those releases. And when we think about how we have been helping our customers to get to that future state, we draw this picture to highlight that manual testing is not going away. It's simply getting focused or refocused on the parts of the testing lifecycle that really require that human SME knowledge, that human intuition, and basically the experience of a manual tester, to focus on those exploratory cases and really find those business critical defects, right? So as you have new features coming up or changes coming up, having those properly and thoroughly manually tested is still something that, at least for now, is not going to go away given the maturity of AI technologies. And then we need to leverage the existing automation technologies to double down on automating those more typical, more vanilla type of tests that can be properly defined, right? That they're very clearly defined in terms of the different user flows or API flows, edge cases, those complex business rules that can be automated, and so on. And that coverage from a traditional automation perspective needs to increase, and you need the right people to do that, and you need the better tools in order to be able to accomplish that. But there's also this part in green here that is now enabled by AI, which is bringing AI into the automation space to focus on taking the core functional test cases, the API tests, regression tests, especially taking that off of the testing team's plate. And AI's maturity today is completely able to do that. We have been able to help our customers for the past year as we have experimented and released to the general public different AI capabilities that I'll cover today. And the goal here in that future state is ultimately to increase that coverage to as high as possible, and also accelerate the release at the same time by having testing to happen just part of the life cycle, and not something that you have to wait for testing to complete and then and then you start fixing issues, or you move forward to deploy to the next environment. So we are really focusing on helping our customers get to that future state, and we have the right technology to do that. And we also need our qualified partners to help our customers go through that journey. And thank you to those of you who have been already participating in that process with us. And the way I like to kind of contextualize what you're going to see next here in terms of the AI technologies that we've been building is I like to level set with everybody to help you understand where we're coming from, right? The context of where AI is helping us at Catalan today. So if you think about the requirements-based testing lifecycle, where you review requirements, you design and create manual tests, you run those manual tests, you review the results, and then you determine which tests are good candidates for automation based on a certain set of criteria. You go ahead and automate those tests, you run those automated tests, and then you review the results. That's where you'll have, some false positive, false negatives, you triage them, right? And then at some point you make the decision, or the team makes a decision that, okay, the quality of this release is good to go to production, right? And then you spend some time maintaining those tests, updating them, maybe based on the new changes in the application, if there are new features, if the tests are just not great in terms of quality. You spend the time there to make sure that those automated tests are always ready to run as part of your CI/CD pipeline, right? So that's kind of the traditional testing lifecycle that we've been helping our customers make it better, make it faster, and also working with you and your clients doing the same. Now, what we're observing or have been observing over the past year and a half is that this is not enough, because even if you have a very good thorough testing process defined, there are still defects that escape to production that essentially, in many cases, the reason is that the team did not test it in the way that users actually were using the application. That's a big problem that we have identified across our customer base that we set ourselves to address that. And the way we do that is we're calling this a user-based testing lifecycle, which is really understanding how the users, the real users in production, are navigating through the application, how they're interacting with the application. If it's let's say a online banking application, how are people transferring funds from one account to the other? How are they paying credit card bills, right? And understanding how they do that, the different flows that they go through to do that, is giving us a lot of insights in helping our customers understand, well, we're testing the application in a way, users are using the application in a different way. So there's a discrepancy here, right? There's a mismatch in how people are actually looking at addressing their needs in production versus how the business envisioned those users to use the application as described in the requirements. So that's why we say, hey, we really have to start thinking beyond requirements-based testing, because that is a huge root cause of defects that end up escaping to the hands of the users. So once we understand what users are doing, we show that to the testing team and say, here's exactly how things are happening in production. And then we essentially say, don't worry about any gaps in the way you're testing versus how people are doing things in production. Let's generate those automated those tests automatically for you, so that you can have the ability to test the way your users are testing, and complementing the requirements-based testing with the user-based testing. But we don't stop there, right? That's really the cool part of it. We help you understand what is the gap in the coverage that you are achieving from in your pre-production testing as part of your release cycle, and also the gap between that and how the user are actually navigating. So you can clearly see in a visual way what's missing. And then what we do is essentially we give you, hey, let's bridge that gap right now and give you automated tests to essentially enable you to run those automated tests in your CI/CD process as part of your release. And that motion, that entire motion, doesn't stop there, because now that you understand the gap between production and how you're testing, you understand what's the gap, you have bridged the gap. You need to bring everything that you've learned into your business, right? So you have to make sure that those learnings are reflected in the next release as part of your requirements. So that's where our customers have been learning so much to make their testing lifecycle so much thorough, so much better, in order to prevent and find defects as early as possible. If you think about shift left, this is enabling organizations to achieve that with minimum effort, and obviously with the help of AI. And with that context, those two types of, coming from the left and coming from the right, coming from the left from requirements, coming from the right from production, getting together in the middle and increasing that coverage is really something that's been supported by our different products. First one is the one that you love, our customers love. It's our legacy, it's our DNA, it's Catalan Studio, and now with Test Cloud as well. That helps you obviously accelerate your automation, make the maintenance super easy, scale execution across different environments, and it's loved by everybody. And But we don't stop there. The other part of the life cycle at the bottom here is what we are covering with TrueTest, which has been in beta for a year and a half and has been released to generally available status last week, or actually in September. And then finally, TestOps is encompassing now all of these different activities that happen in the testing lifecycle by the different team members in the testing organization to help them plan their work, manage their work, do manual testing, do proper test management, with requirements traceability, with test design, manual test execution, and obviously fully integrated into a single platform for you to be able to do automated testing, both from a traditional perspective as well as from that more user-based perspective that I'll cover in a little more details here. But with that context, I hope that you can understand where we're coming from in the testing lifecycle, in order to accelerate that and make sure that our customers are being able to achieve what they were not able before, thanks to the help of AI. What that's helping us build is this quality platform that's powered by AI from the core, right, natively, to enable our customers to do manual testing, automated testing, and autonomous testing across different kinds of browser, mobile devices, API, and some types of desktop applications. And as I mentioned, covering the entire software development lifecycle, coming from the left, coming from the right. So as your clients are thinking about, hey, I need help to shift left, I need help to shift right, and essentially increase coverage and accelerate testing, that's what our platform is enabling them to do. And it's powered by AI, both our own proprietary AI machine learning models, as well as generative AI models that enable you to create the tests and run them both locally, behind your firewalls, behind our customers' firewalls, or directly in the cloud, so that you can scale much faster and have access to a much broader set of devices and browsers and all that good stuff. Finally, the platform can be accessed, from the cloud directly as a SaaS application, or it can be fully deployed on premise if there are valid requirements for that. And we have some customers that do and enjoy that option as well. And the first steps into that future with TestOps, you heard me saying about manual testing. I'm sure that for many of you, this is the first time you hear, right? Because when you think about Catalon, historically, you have always thought about automation, right? So why is Alex talking about manual testing and test management? Well, that's the part of the first couple of steps we're taking here, is to add manual testing capabilities into TestOps. We are evolving TestOps from a test orchestration platform and reporting and analytics platform into a full test management system. And that ties to what Mihai was saying in the beginning from a partnership perspective with you guys. Now you have alternatives, right? As you hear your clients saying, hey, I need to move off of this particular a tool or platform into something that's better, more modern, more affordable, now Catalon, that you know and love from an automation standpoint, is now able to help your clients to have a one single platform to help them with all their testing needs, be it manual, automated, autonomous, AI-powered, all that good stuff. So we're doing that. We're adding manual testing. We're adding task management, and we're also adding AI for autonomous testing as part of the platform. We're continuing to invest, obviously, on Studio for further enhancing those capabilities, and I'll cover that in the roadmap for you in a little bit, as well as Test Cloud, which has been a great success in the past year for us as well. And I'm sure many of you are curious about, okay, I'm hearing a lot about AI, but where exactly are you investing in terms of AI? Well, from our standpoint, we are always on the pragmatic side, focusing on what we're hearing from our customers in terms of the problems and challenges they have, what they're trying, what are they struggling with, as well as our partners. We have worked with many of you guys that are here on the call to help us refine those investments and validate the hypothesis we had when we were thinking about investing in certain capabilities, right? So thank you for those who have participated and helped us through that process as well. So we're focusing on regression testing. It's a huge problem. That's the first area. Huge problem for our customers. Most of them struggle in keeping those regression tests up to date, ready to run. As the application continues to grow and evolve and change, there's always a point where it's hard to keep up, right, with that maintenance. So we're heavily leveraging AI to help take that burden off of the teams. Of the team's backs. And the second area is generative AI for testers. So we want to help our Catalan users, the testers, to do their jobs much more effectively, much faster, with much higher productivity, and obviously giving time back in their hands. The third area is really we're sprinkling, think of it as sprinkling AI across different capabilities inside of the different products that we have. A few examples are visual testing, smart test scripts, analytics to make them much more actionable, and many others that you wouldn't even think about. But think about several what AI is now enabling everybody, not just us, but any development team to do. Let's say you have a feature in the backlog that you've been wanting to create and develop for a while. AI, what's enabling development teams, including ours, is to build those features now much faster than before, right? So the platform not only has AI-powered capabilities for our users, but also we are leveraging it ourselves to build things much faster and give new capabilities to our customers much faster. All right, so let's jump into the roadmap here. In terms of the product themes that we have set for ourselves, we are focusing on automation with KSE, obviously, so Catalan Studio Enterprise. We want to continue to evolve Studio so that it will be will continue to be loved, for the next 5 or 10 years, right? So we are in that process, and you'll see that in the roadmap of upgrading a lot of capabilities, fixing a lot of, functional issues that have been reported, as well as usability, improving the usability, the user experience, making the different workflows much more integrated, and adding new features, brand new features and capabilities to make that automation platform solid for the long term. The second category, the second theme, is really looking at embedding capabilities in the platform that will assist our users to do their jobs much faster. One thing we've learned, and this is something really interesting for us, one thing we've learned in the past year and a half, actually almost 2 years now, is that in software testing, use cases that are powered by AI are not the same as developer use cases, right? Other than the code generation use case, other use cases don't translate as well, not because they cannot be done, of course they can, but it's more because of the mindset of the tester. Whereas developers, when they look at something that AI generated, they're usually excited, right? They're like, "Oh man, this is great. I needed to build this feature, and I asked AI. It helped me. I built that in 10% of the time. Great. I run it. It's working. It's doing what I wanted it to do. Maybe it's an API call to grab data somewhere, or put data somewhere, or show something on the screen, right? It's doing that. Great. I can move on to my next item in the backlog as a developer. For testers, what happens is if you generate something for testers, so let's say you have a requirement and then you have an automated test being spit out the other end, right? There's this big black box in the middle. You put in a requirement, maybe some design specifications, maybe even some UI mockups. And then out the other end comes out an amazing automated script, right? Testers, what we've seen and learned is that they won't accept that, right? They'll say, well, this automated test is really not, it doesn't look the way I would have done myself. Let me see how, if I can not reverse engineer, but why Gen AI built it the way it built it. And then what we observed in lots of experimentations as we were, doing that with different alpha customers last year, is that their productivity, the testing professional productivity actually went down, because now they were testing the output of AI and they were testing the application that they were supposed to test as well. So it doubled the time they were spending and actually slowed them down. So after learning that again and again, we have focused a lot of our attention in figuring out the right use cases that will actually deliver improvements, considerable improvements in the productivity of each individual tester, as well as in the effectiveness of each individual tester. And therefore, everything that we've built around AI has that in mind. So the user experience has been carefully thought out, carefully designed and implemented to enable that outcome, the companion to, or the assistant to the tester, to make things faster, to make things more efficient, and so on and so forth. We're not looking to find magical use cases that there's a black box and people just have to believe in the output. We're really bringing AI and along the testing workflow, so that the tester can still drive the activities that they have to do, but now AI is right next to them, helping them do their jobs much faster, much easier, much more effectively. So that's the focus on the second theme. And the third one is what I started talking about around test management. So we are evolving test ops so that it becomes a full test management system. And with that, it comes a major redesign on those use cases, talking about that user experience, how people are now interacting with the test management system to do their, test planning, test design, test creation, test orchestration that you guys are familiar with already, and reporting and analytics that do that with a lot more careful thoughts into how that experience, now that it is the day-to-day solution or the day-to-day tool for the individual tester to work on, how can those workflows be streamlined so that it is actually helping them do things faster, as opposed to just something that they have to do for compliance reasons, for example. So those are the top three themes, and everything that comes after is kind of revolves or hunkers back to that. In terms of test ops evolution, what I'll say, I like to kind of help people mentally visualize what the evolution entails, right? So originally, test ops was a test orchestration platform that really focused on managing the workflow of the automated test cases that are created in Studio. So this is something that has been there since the beginning. It's been proven, it's been loved, but it seemed that it was not enough. So our customers, and again, being very pragmatic about it, have been telling us that they're really looking for more capabilities in a single platform that will enable them to also manage the planning of activities, managing the planning of the people, the assignment of people in the entire testing lifecycle. So that's something that has resonated with us, and we have been hearing it for a long time, but we finally decided to jump into it, because the theme of today from a product perspective is AI. AI has reached a point where now we can do this in a very efficient way, in a very fast way, and in infusing AI or embedding AI into all of those different activities across the workflow of the tester, for example. And what that is giving us the ability to do is, or giving our customers the ability to do, is to perform test planning, test management, manual test creation, manual test execution, continue to enhance the automation of those manual tests or do that in a more automated fashion, execute and orchestrate tests as you have been used to in test ops already in a much better, much more robust and configurable reporting and analytics engine. So that's where those are the discrete capabilities that are being added to what you know today of test ops. And we had the first release also in September, and we are onboarding already some of our largest customers as part of the process, and we'll have a major release in the beginning of the year with a lot more coming to it. So if you haven't checked out test ops, the new capabilities in test ops, feel free to reach out to our alliance managers, and we'd be happy to give you a sneak peek and potentially even let you do a trial run. And what does that look like, right? Remember I talked about us investing a lot in design and user experience and all that. So this is what you're looking at today for those of you who have no idea how test ops looks like. It's essentially a very standard UI where you have the navigation at the top, and then you have different things in the screen. But it doesn't feel like it was created for a time where we are today. And what we are building towards is really this platform, this task management platform that gives you the information that you need in order to understand, okay, I'm starting my day, I'm logging in. Here's the current state of our project. I see that things are going well or not going well. I see my activities here on the right-hand side. Any messages that my team members have sent to me that I need to look at first. At the bottom right, it's basically the work that I have on my plate, things that I have started yesterday, or things that I still have to finish today. Basically, what is it that I need to start working today during my day? And then on the left-hand side is the navigation to help you get to where you need to in a much faster, much more intuitive way with the different groupings that you see there. So with the dashboard here, you log in as the first thing you do in your day, and you already know exactly where you stand, both as a team as well as an individual, and then you can start working on the priorities that you have on your plate. So, and then to add to that, we are also working with several of our largest customers on excuse me, on helping them address the regression testing issue with TrueTest. If you remember what I said earlier, Test Ops was the new capabilities in Test Ops were the first release was in September. Same thing for TrueTest. TrueTest is a complete product. It is generally available as of September as well. And it essentially generates and maintains automated regression tests based on true user activities. And that's very important. If you remember that that graph or that diagram I had shown in the beginning with the requirements-based testing lifecycle, the user-based testing lifecycle, TrueTest, the core use case for TrueTest is really to start with understanding the real users in production. And why is that? Is because if we understand how people are doing their activities in production, and we understand what are the activities that they do the most in production, that essentially translates to the more business critical areas of your application. So for example, in a banking application, if the flows that users go through the most is maybe bill payment, for example. If that's the case, then you know that bill payment needs to be tested first. So again, it helps you prioritize your testing strategy. And you need to make sure you do very thorough testing on bill payments, because otherwise, if something fails, the impact is going to be the highest impact to your users, and consequently to your business. So that's why we start from production. We understand what's important there. And then by doing that, we show you in a visual way. You can kind of see here a diagram shaded diagram, if you will, at the bottom of the page. And then you understand visually, okay, these are the most important things. I get it. That's not how I'm testing in my pre-production environment. So I need to reprioritize my testing strategy. And then if there are changes in release after release, you can now start understanding that, hey, users were going through different flows this way. After the last release, they changed the way they navigate. Maybe there are new features released. Maybe there are changes to existing features, right? But TrueTest effectively sees that, identifies it, recognizes it. And then what it does is it always generates automated tests to cover those user flows that by definition are business critical. And then as those changes in the application are dropped into production, TrueTest identifies that. And what does it do? It automatically updates those tests so that you always have the tests reflecting the latest and greatest behavior of your production user flows. And that helps you essentially have your CI/CD of, kicking off those executions on demand or every night as part of your developers' pull request workflows, for example, to make sure that you identify any regressions in those business critical scenarios as soon as possible as part of your release, so you can address them earlier rather than the very last day of the sprint, right? So that's the core use case for TrueTest. We've been seeing tremendous success. We stayed in beta for almost a year and a half, perfecting it, refining it. Some of our partners that are here on the call have helped us go through that process. Some of you are helping us with some of your clients even today already. And we are seeing tremendous pipeline being generated because this is a different solution that is focused not on the AI hype, but it's focused on addressing a real pain point from our customers, which happens to be powered by AI, right? All right. So just a quick recap on TrueTest. It will generate the relevant regression tests based on what's business critical. It will self-maintain as the application evolves. You don't have to worry about updating locators, right? For those that are more technical, updating locators, updating the objects in the object repository, the scripts themselves. All of that is automatically done and managed by TrueTest. And it frees your automation engineers to really focus on the high value activities that are, those negative scenarios, edge cases, the very, validations of business rules, and so on and so forth, right? So, and then regression testing just gets taken care of by TrueTest. All right. From a proof point perspective, the customers that have worked with us during the beta and as well as after the beta in the last 2 months almost now, it's been they're seeing up to 90% reduction in test creation and maintenance time, right? So talking about not having to worry about that the not so much the creation, but the maintenance is really where everybody gets in trouble. So TrueTest has, in this short amount of time, has already proven tremendous reduction in value across customers in different industries. So you may think that, e-commerce, right, is the usual target, but really even in banking, financial services, and e-commerce or retail, obviously, travel and hospitality, and even healthcare. So many different success stories that we've been seeing in this short amount of time. All right, and lastly here, I'm gonna take you through a high level, obviously, with the major releases in our roadmap for our different projects or products. So with Studio, as I mentioned earlier, we are investing to position Studio as the successful automation tool that it has been, and we want to position it to continue to be that for the next 5 to 10 years. And because of that, we are doing a lot of enhancements and bringing new features to enable it to continue leading that space of low-code test automation. We're revamping the onboarding journey into the product itself. Studio Assist, as the Gen AI powered assistant for automation engineers, is going through many improvements as of now. And just so you know, I should have added the actual dates here. Our fiscal year, second quarter fiscal year just started, so November, December, January. That's the time frame we're talking about here. We're going to make the upgrade of the core of Eclipse in Q3, so that it modernizes and it adds additional capabilities into the core of Studio. And we're going to start bringing in the TrueTest recording engine into Studio, so that it's seamlessly integrate and standardize the way automation is done across our product suite. We'll also be doing some AI-powered automatic code updates in the platform itself, in Studio itself, things that are trivial and don't really shouldn't require us to put in human effort on certain things, so we don't create technical debt. We're seeing opportunities to leverage AI to start doing that as well, both internally as well as in the code for our customers. On test ops, again, as I mentioned, big evolution. We're going to start integrating with Azure DevOps. We are investing in continue to building out reports in the dashboard that I showed you, that screenshot. And we're going to build a manual test execution tool that we're calling TestPack to help manual test execution go much seamless and much more smooth, with AI assisting with things like capturing evidence, providing, offering test data, synthetic test data, capturing screenshots, logs as the tester manually runs through the flow. Things are just captured and the tester can focus only on the actual testing, as opposed to all the ancillary activities that need to happen as part of testing. In Q3, we're going through, continue to add more around test planning and release management, and also test quality analytics. So understanding the quality of the test, quality of the release, and run a ton of analytics there, along with building out pre-created advanced reports by then. Manual testing will continue to be improved, even with more Gen AI capabilities. We have an amazing design here to go through it. We've done a lot of R&D, and we can't wait to put that in there in Q3. And then in Q4, one of the big things that some of our customers, largest customers, require is on-prem deployment. So those new capabilities in test ops will be packaged for an on-prem deployment by Q4, which will be July next year. TrueTest, again, we have been really excited with the reception of the product during the beta and after the generally available date in September. And we're adding synthetic data generation to just like along the automated test creation. Now we're going to be also complementing that with synthetic data, so that even it takes even less effort on the team to prepare executions, right? The automatic test object maintenance, as I mentioned, this is already in there, and it's going to be completed in Q2. So as the application changes, the objects, think of the UI elements start changing, that will be fully automatically updated. Customer verification. So if you want to make changes to the tests generated by TrueTest, and add your own assertions, for example, with business logic, right, based on requirements and all that, you'll be able to do that directly in TrueTest. we're making some enhancements, again, going back to usability and what we've been learning. We're enhancing the visualization of the user journey map that I talked about. And then similarly to test ops, TrueTest will have a packaged version for on-prem deployment in Q4 as well. Lastly, Test Cloud, we're adding live testing support. So if you want to log into the device and start interacting to do manual testing, that's being added. We're integrating new device providers as part of our offering and improving the private site testing capability as well. And then by Q4, we're going to invest even more in enhancing the integration with Studio so that it is much more seamless, much tighter. This is coming directly from feedback from our users. And also enhance the existing debugging capability to that so that it's granular and more step-based, along with videos and execution logs to accelerate that debugging and troubleshooting directly in Test Cloud. Okay. I think I've blown up my time a little bit, but I felt it was important to touch on a few things that were exciting and new, and also recognize the partnership that with all of you guys, and especially our partners that have been with us in this journey of discovery, research and development, feedback. Thank you. We're really thankful for everything that you put into the partnership. We're certainly deeply invested, as you can see, and thank you for the opportunity to work together.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. And I understand why we would be very excited about that topic as well. So let me go ahead and take over in terms of what it means for you as a partner, right? Especially when it comes to services revenue. One of the key things that we want to highlight across the entire product portfolio is that by default, it will increase our average Calon licenses, right? You have sold a lot of our studio and runtime here, looking at 40K or so average ACV on Calon licenses. With the introduction of Test Ops, TrueTest, and Test Cloud, at a very conservative estimates that we have across the ACV of these products, right? We're looking at essentially 4x that range of Calon licenses, going from 40 to 160 to 165K in terms of Calon licenses, following the ratio that we have shared from a 10-to-1 ratio between services to Calon licenses. You're actually seeing also a 4x commercial impact on services revenue, potentially starting with just a 400K services, which I know for many of you is much higher than that, going up to 1.6 million in terms of commercial impact across these product portfolios. So very excited for us, but hopefully also for you as part of you engaging with us in a deeper discovery, and then also discussions across our entire product portfolio. Know that as we're introducing these new products, our team is at your disposal, right? So feel free to call me up, call Alex Martins up, and then call the rest of the alliance managers that you have been working very closely with, and then introduce us to a lot of these joint pursuits. So I think we are coming up on the last very important component of this partnership summit, which is the partnership awards. So I'd like to ask everybody from the Catalan side to turn on your video and live clap as we're going along, right? You're representing a lot of the partners that we have here in this team. We have a total of 8 awards that we would like to introduce today. And the very first one that we have is the GSI Partner of the Year. I have to hold the suspense. I can't show you the next slide yet. But the GSI Partner of the Year essentially is an honor to a global system integrator partner that has demonstrated exceptional dedication to innovation, client success, and growth with Calon Solutions. And this is a longstanding results through strategic vision, impactful customer projects, and then also a commitment to expanding Calon's presence globally. So everybody, please join me in congratulating Capgemini into this award. Congratulations, everybody from the CapG team. Next up, and we would also like to introduce a speaker coming from the next award, we have the GSI Emerging Partner of the Year. This award celebrates an emerging GSI who has rapidly built and expanded Catalan capabilities on a global scale, especially within the first year of partnership, right? And I would like to congratulate to our next partner, Wipro. Congratulations, Wipro. And we have also a speaker, many coming from Wipro. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah. Thank you, Daisy, and hello all. Wipro is very happy to receive the GSI Partner Award. We are looking for more success and mutual growth with Catalan in the upcoming opportunities too. Yeah, thank you, Catalan, and thank you, Mihai, especially for your continuous efforts in enabling and nurturing the partnership. Looking for more success together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mani.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Manny. Next, we have the GSI Partner of the Year for our core region that we are servicing, which is the Americas region. Looking at solutions, client service, and then also commitment to growth. You have seen a lot of their successes and field events that they have done with us in the last 12 months. So introducing the GSI Partner of the Year for AMER, being Deloitte. Congratulations, Deloitte, on your incredible award. All right, we're coming up on the last award for our GSI component. I would like to introduce everybody the GSI Strategic Startup Partner of the Year. It is a promising startup partner that has strategically embraced Catalan's platform within a very short time frame, right? Looking at agility, looking at focus, and also solid foundation to the strategic growth of Partnership with Catalan. I would like to congratulate LTIMindtree with this incredible award. And also for this award, I'd like to introduce a great speaker coming from LTIMindtree, Hima, who actually also participated in the Women in Tech podcast for us on our episode number 2. You can find it on Spotify, where we highlighted turning challenges to opportunities. Hima, I believe that you're here with us. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you, Catalan, for this recognition, great recognitions to LTIMindtree. It's definitely a great year for us. This will be a 7th partner award that we are receiving across all the partners. And this is really a tremendous partnership and great collaboration with Mihai. I think I would like to say thank you for Mihai and his team for being patient, and also, listening to our client demands, accounts and sales demands, and helping, resolve all the queries. Super collaborative is what I would say. And I'm also super excited to see the roadmap that Catalan has put in, TrueTest especially, that Alex walked through earlier, some time back. It is truly interesting and super exciting, and looking forward how we can take this and work together with the other clients. And looking forward to take this to the next level, and hopefully we'll have more JTM, collaborations in year 2025 and more awards to my kitty.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mihai, and thank you, Catalan team, and to all the, sales team who made this happen for LTIMindtree. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eva. And then also the LTIMindtree team. As we're wrapped up the GSI component, I'm excited to kickstart the SI as well as the RSI component. We would like to introduce the SI Partner of the Year, the partner that made us the greatest global impact across our entire customer base in 2024 across business performance, resources that are certified on Catalan, and then also our mutual customers. Introducing i3, who's a representative coming from Innovasi Informatica. So I believe that we might have had one representative coming from i3. Hi, would Andres be able to speak? I think he just raised his hand as well.
Okay.
Andres, we just open up your mic. Any words that you want to say to the team?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for the Catalan for our continued partnership. And thank you for the recognition also for the I3. I hope we can collaborate more for the coming next year. Hopefully the new beginning for us also for going into the roadmap with you guys. Okay, thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andres. All right. Next up, we have the SI Emerging Partner of the Year, recognizing a new partner with less than 12 months in partnership with Catalan, who's made substantial investments in developing Catalan capabilities. Introducing IGS. Congratulations, IGS, on winning the SI Emerging Partner of the Year. All right, I am sad because we just have 3 more RSI Partners of the Year's award left. So I'm going to say it purposely slower, but we're introducing 3 more awards of RSI Partner of the Year from MER, RSI Partner of the Year for APMEA, and then also RSI Partner of the Year for EU. With the next one, RSI Partner of the Year for MER, I would like to introduce somebody who has really represent us in the Americas region across project outcomes, regional growth, and then also focusing our impact on high quality and regional focus services, really truly setting a standard for us in terms of excellence and collaboration within the MER market. So with that, I would like to congratulate and also introduce a very good friend of ours, KMS Technology. Congratulations, KMS.
Thank you, Daisy and the Catalan team. We appreciate the partnership and the recognition here. Just want to say, great presentation today. I love to see the roadmap. I love how you guys are solving problems in testing community, but as well as helping solve that business assurance problem, right? I think that's a very powerful message. And I will say that, in my opinion, TrueTest is going to be a game changer. So again, thank you guys again. We're looking forward to growing this partnership. So thank you guys for sharing this information. This was very helpful today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nilesh. All right. That was our SI Partner of the Year from MER. We're moving on to APMEA, which is a very fast-growing emerging region for us, Asia Pacific, right? That includes Asia Pacific, Middle East, and then Africa. This partner also has represented us in multiple joint pursuits and work to enable our client success across very diverse markets. Introducing our winner for the SI Partner of the Year, MII. Congratulations, MII team. Juliana, I see you here to represent MII. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah. Yeah, hello, Daisy. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for the awarding Catalan team, and thank you also for my team. Yeah, we have here Yakut, Askia, my delivery team, and my personal team also. And we are ready for rocking the 2025 with the market is focusing on AI, and we are ready with AI also, yeah, for the roadmap 2025. So thank you, Catalan team and MII.
Awesome. Thank you so much, MII team and Juliana. We have the last RSI Partner of the Year coming from EU. Congratulate to our partner, Athenco, representing us from the EU side. Truly has expanded our reach and our impact across a very critical component of us in Europe. So with that, everybody, we have wrapped up all of our awards session. We're proud and honored to be able to work and collaborate with you. It's just particularly in the last 12 months, but also in the next years, right? As you're looking at the theme of representing the hybrid testers, introducing the practicality of AI in the world of testing, where we hope that you're as excited and as eager to drive the next phase of growth with us. So in the next, perhaps 1 minute, Vu, would you like to say a few words before we open up for Q&A?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Daisy. Again, it's wonderful to have this forum, to have a chance to speak to our wonderful partners and share our view and a vision of the future, and hopefully have you join us and share in our excitement. Testing is undergoing great change with the impact of AI, as well as the evolution of just general technology. So we're excited to be in this space. We're excited to be able to help the the tester community, and really appreciate having your help in partnering to get out into the clients across the globe. We can't do this without your help. So truly, thank you, and thank you to all the awards winner. Hope to see you repeat next year and be able to continue the streak that you're on.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fu. We are coming up on time here, and we would like to open up the forum and floor for any Q&A. You can ask us any questions related to our GTM, product roadmap, recommendations, guidance as we're heading into the next 12 months. So feel free to raise your hand or type directly in the chat if you have any questions for us. As we're waiting for your questions and feedback to come through, I would like to highlight also what we wanted to expect right in the next 2 weeks. A few things that will be happening, including one is a regional breakouts. We will be organizing a regional breakout sessions with the Catalan partners here, right? There's a lot of our regional sales leaders here sitting on this call. They will representing Catalan in driving a very region-specific conversations in terms of how we can expand the reach, the impact, and the AI influence within the region. And then also, we will be sharing the recording with all of our partners after the summit today. Tomorrow is when we would be releasing the blog posts along with the LinkedIn announcements when it comes to our partnership summit and the recognition and awards that you have won today. So feel free to stay tuned and stay on the lookout in terms of our announcements coming in tomorrow. All right. Looks like there's no further questions. Feel free to ping us at any time. You have our direct line of contact, so I shouldn't be worried about your communication coming through. But thank you, everybody, for your time, for your attention, and most importantly, for the strategic collaboration that you have demonstrated with us in the last years and continuing on. With that, I would like to, on behalf of Catalan, thank you so much for everybody for joining the session today. And we look forward to welcoming you again for the Partnership Summit 2025 next year. Thank you, everybody.